Hey, just hanging out, doing some gravity form stuff. Don't know how long this stream will go today. But if you're in the audience, go ahead and say hi. We're just hanging out. Gonna build some gravity form stuff. I said that already. Why can't I find the link? Share this out. All right. Share that out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is build out a new tutorial that I want to build. I'll share my screen in a second with gravity forms. Again, if you are watching, go ahead and say hi. We're just hanging out. It's just a casual live stream. So, some changes here in StreamYard. So one of the things I want to build for a new Gravity Forms demo, which I haven't even explored yet, so that's why we're just hanging out, taking this pretty easy. I want to use make.com, which was something else. I can't remember the name of it. Back in the day, it was known as, was it Integramat? Is that still a thing? Integramat? Integromat? Yes, Integramat. It's now Make. Anyway, I usually use Zapier, but I want to try some Make stuff today. I don't even know if what I want to do is going to work. I want to build out. Let me get that WP Minute logo out of here. I don't even know if what I want to build is gonna work, but I want to build a demo of gravity forms, taking lead gen through Make and then into Notion as a CRM. Okay. So if you watch my stuff, specifically my gravity form stuff, you'll probably see this tutorial in the future. This is me literally making the sausage. I don't know, not the greatest phrase, but this is how it all comes together. I open up a screen, I stare at it for a while, I drink some soda. It's not soda. It's a LaCroix, Raz Cranberry. Tom McFarlane, if he's out there, would be so happy that I'm drinking this. All right. So I don't even have an account at make.com. That's how early in the process we are. And let me see if I have the Make add-on. No, because it is a community add-on. I'm going to have to do some things where you can't see the screen. It's riveting television, folks. Riveting live stream. Let's see. Obtain your consumer key and consumer secret and WordPress. Go to the REST API. Wait a minute. What am I missing here? All right, let me just create a make account. You still can't see my screen because I can't blur out any sensitive information as I do this. Automation. Gravity forms. All right. Let's pull this off the screen so you don't see my license key. Like more than 1,400 apps. This is the first time I've used Make. Get the details of a form based on the specified form ID. Remove a form. Make an API call. List entries. Watch entries. So I assume that is what I need first. Oh, okay. So I'm just using the API. All right. Why can't I get off this screen? If you're just watching, again, I'm just building stuff. Gravity Forms hanging out. This is the behind the scenes of how I build out tutorials. Go ahead and leave a comment if you want. All right, gonna have to probably delete this whole site after I showed my API key. Let's go ahead and let's get that out of the way. All right, so Make wants a consumer and a secret key. All right, add key. This is for Make. I'll go permissions, read, write, and we'll go consumer key, secret key, and the host URL. This is where I want to get one of those Elgato Stream Decks like my buddy Joe Casabona. He can just press buttons like a magician switching screens. No route was found matching the URL end request method. Make sure your URL starts with agent and doesn't contain admin, for example. Must match the pattern. Let's try that again. There we go again. Did I forget to hit update on this side? No route was found matching the URL end request method. This is failing miserably. Oh. All right, it worked. Let's go back. Okay, so now I can select from the forms that I have. I only have 2 forms there. So contact and donation. Maximum number of returned entries. Why would I want a maximum? I want all of them. Let's just take a look at this contact form. Let's get that out of there. So if you're just tuning in, what I'm doing is hoping to build out a connection between Gravity Forms as if it was a sales gen, lead gen form, and I want to send it into Notion CRM or Notion as a CRM, all connected through make.com. Will be a future tutorial if I can figure it out. All right, forms ready, save. All right, I'm just going to go with this for now. Maximum number of returned entries, 2. And this is also, again, if you're wondering why I'm struggling, this is my first time using Make. Questions, comments, drop them in. Choose from where to start from now on, since specific date. Choose manually. Go from now on. Schedule settings every 15 minutes. If I press this, it runs once. Scenario is saved. The request was accepted, waiting for the server, initialized, finalized. The scenario run was complete. Of course, AI assistant. Everybody's going to have an AI assistant. All green lights. That means it worked. Data size 0. Oh, this might be nothing in here. Yeah. All right. Contact form is already there. Not that I care if people email me, but you never know. You're going to see it anyway. I don't even know why I'm hiding it. Form submitted. Now if we run this, that's pretty cool. It shows you the data size. I don't know if Zapier does that. Capital B, bits, 585 bits, bytes. Answers. Oh, cool. All right. Do you have any thought? Anybody who's watching, do you have any thoughts on Zapier versus Make, formerly Integromat? Okay, so now we received the data. Is this like a little clock because it's every 15 minutes? Must be higher than or equal to 15 minutes. Show advanced settings, start, end. That's pretty cool. At regular intervals, once a day, on demand. Can you do on demand? Oh, on demand must be when you hit play at regular intervals. Okay. Okay, so how do we add another step here? We're receiving the form data. This is add. I didn't even check if Notion is available. Jeez, it is. Thank God. That would have been a major fail. Sync Notion database with Google Calendar. Okay, get a database item, create a database item, append, watch, search, create a database, create a page, update a database. What does ACID mean? I've heard that before. Action, cause, identity, database? No. List page contents, make an API call, list users. All right, so first, let me, gotta do the old screen hide again. So go notion.so, log in. Okay, meet the Notion calendar. I still haven't looked at the Notion calendar. Not that I would use it. All right, I gotta switch. I'm gonna have to create a new account because there's some stuff in here. All right, so continue with Google. All right, so if you've never seen Notion before, it'll drive you crazy. It drove me crazy when I first started to use it. Super powerful. It is like I don't know what you would call it, notepad on steroids, because you can do a bunch of things with it. And in the beginning, so it's great for like knowledge base docs, lightweight CRMs. I mean, pretty heavyweight CRMs like I'm going to show off today, hopefully. It can do some pretty powerful stuff. It's like database meets notepad. I'm sure most of you watching this understand it. But I did not like it in the beginning because it doesn't really give you any sense of direction. And you kind of have to just figure it out on as you go. And that was really challenging when I first started using it. It's gotten better. Sales pipeline. That's what we're going to call this. Sales. What do we want? Dollar bill? Cover? Write with AI, templates, table, and more. Let's see what they have. Can I just do a template? Let's go CRM. Perfect. We have a sales CRM. CRM tracker. I like this sales CRM. Lead qualified by Notion. Get the template. Oh, it's going to put it on another page. Yeah. That's fine. Just delete this. All records. Oh boy, so it has everything in here. So, you know, again, if maybe you've never seen Notion before, it's pretty cool. You know, you have these templates, you load them up, similar to Airtable, Google Sheets. And it's pretty powerful at creating these like bespoke apps. Let's just get rid of all but one. I can't shift select that. I guess I could have done that. Let's get all but one deleted. That way we can just, my brain works a little bit better when I don't see so much data, especially when we're testing this. All right, let's add this into our workflow. So I think this is all I'm going to have to do, right? Because it grabbed our data from the form when the form was submitted. And now I want to pass that data to Notion. And if it works like Zapier, well, I should be able to do that. So what I want to do is append a database item to content. Appends a new database item to content. Creates a new item in a database. Updates an existing database item. So I think what I want to do is create a new item in a database. I don't want to append to it. I don't want to update one because theoretically it doesn't exist. Great. All right, let me just hide the old screen again just in case. It just says Notion public, Notion internal. It doesn't, is it just pulling it from my browser? Connection type. Oh, that's right. You got to get the integration token. Right. It provides two ways to connect to the Notion app. Notion internal connection, Notion public connection. Establish a Notion internal connection. Connect settings, connections, develop, manage. All right. Settings. My connections. I can't do it on this account because I am not the owner. Add another account. All right, let's do this again. Templates, CRM, sales CRM, get the template. All the records. Select all, except for one. Delete. Do this. Go to settings, my connection, developer manage integrations, create a new integration, Matt's Notion. We'll call this make, submit. So I'm creating the integration on the Notion side. It's going to give me a secret key. I'm going to copy that key. Insufficient permission for this endpoint. Oh, capabilities. Read content, update content, insert content. Read user information, including email addresses. Save changes. Beautiful. It worked. So fairly simple. I just had to go ahead and create that secret key, connect it in to Notion. I put in the same sales CRM that we had in the other screen. Database ID. Enter a database ID. So it's only giving me Gravity Forms. Is that because I have to like load the database first? Value must not be empty. Search, query search. Enter manually. Database ID. Some like make Jedi master out there is just laughing at the fact that I don't know what the heck I'm doing in make, but we'll get there. So database ID, let's go back to I should be reading the docs, like literally should be reading the docs, but oh, look at this. There's a connect to make right here. Well, we've already connected it, I think. Daniel Awesome Smith says, Notion is the salmon dish of SaaS right now. Is that because there's a million salmon dishes? Some are good, some are terrible. Let's continue reading this doc. Establish a Notion, I already did that. Add a database to be visible in Make. So you just start searching, start typing, database ID. What was this called? Sales CRM? That ain't working. Sales CRM. No, it's only pulling from Gravity Forms. All right, so this is pretty cool. Let's move that over there. Let us add another item. Just gonna mute because my kid's screaming. I have no idea how to pull in that database. Let's go back to the docs. It says I just search. Watch database items by created by time. To add databases from your Notion account to the Make app, log into your Notion account, enter the database you want Make to click on. Oh, God. In the top right corner, click Add Connection, search, and click on the integration you previously created and click Confirm. Oh, God, that's why. All right, so slightly more complex than... Zapier. Make will have access to all the child page. Confirm. So I made that Make connection. I could have just used that default Make integration that they had that I didn't know about. All right, so let's get rid of this, right? Because I don't need this. How do you delete this? Expand collapse. Right click, delete module. All right, back to this module. Enter a database ID. Select from list. Do I have to refresh this? Sales. Path validated. Back to the docs. Enter into the database you want to make. Click on the top right corner. Click Add Connection. Search. Previously created from. Confirm. Did it. Added the connection. The database is successfully shared. You can now see the module and database search field. Search. Apparently they found the database journal. This is called Sales CRM. It is being shared with all the things. Back here. Does it help if I refresh this page? It's not even there anymore. Notion. Create a database item. Database ID. Sales. Wow, this is painful. CRM. Path failed. Should be valid. Instead was SA. Can I just... Oh, there's a refresh button. Select from list. Enter manually. This is called Sales CRM. Does it matter if it's like that? Okay. What happens when I run? I can't run it. Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't even do anything. Enter a database ID. Database ID. Sales CRM. No, that can't be the key. Value type. I guess it can be, right? Name, value, and then I go name again. Hit OK. Oh, no, I can't. Value must not be empty. Let's get rid of this. Okay. What happens when I run this? Let's see what Twitter's saying. Anybody saying I'm an idiot? No. Database item. Refresh. To retrieve newly added, I don't need to retrieve added databases. Add a database in the visible, blah, blah, blah. All right. When in doubt, let's turn to that AI assistant. Flow control tools, text parser, gravity forms, Notion. AI assistant. Hello, I'm your AI assistant. I can help you edit scenarios only before you set up your connections, mapping, and filters. If you want to create a new scenario, click the button below. No, I don't want to discard the changes. No. Jesus. Organization. Scenario. For whatever reason, it does not save my Notion. Why is that? Notion. Let's get this. Let's get the database. Search. Sales. Is that it? Okay. How do I know? Can't I view the data like I could view the data? Let's go to new scenario. Discard the changes. AI assistant. Welcome, I'm your AI assistant. Help you build your scenarios. What would you like to do? Create or edit a scenario? Ask me anything about make. I would like to save gravity form entries into a Notion database. All you need are connections and mappings. This is exactly what I built before. I would like to save gravity form. Okay, so we already did this. Form, contact. Okay. Notion. Select from the list. Select from the list. Search item. Sales CRM. This is painful. Am I doing, like, what am I doing wrong? Enter manually. I mean, sales CRM. Create a database item. Run it. Operation failed. Body failed validation. Fix one. Yeah, because I didn't do anything. Instead was undefined. Let's do this. Gravity forms make Notion. Gravity forms to Notion make. I realize I'm using the Brave browser. I mean, search. But I landed on it before. Let's just go make.com. It's not loading anything? What's going on here? So, gravity forms. I can list the entries, get a form, get an entry, right? Watch the entries. Notion. Can I not bring in? Create Notion database items from a new Google Sheets rows. Create Gravity Forms entries to Google Sheets. That's easy. That's easy, he says, as he cannot do it with Notion and Gravity Forms and Make. Yeah, so, you know, really where I'm failing here is picking the database ID. This is shared. Let me just use the default one. Make as developer, confirm. This is all this stuff. I already have it connected. Do I have to share it? No. Invite only? Groups or emails? I knew there was like a lock database. No. Do I just have to use this name? I mean, this string right here. Operation failed. I don't know. This might be completely lost, and I might just have to do this in freaking Zapier. Which is exactly what I didn't want to do. All right, let me run out of time here. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens when I do this. Hold on. All right. Continue. All right, so what we're doing now is we're bailing. We're bailing on Make. Because I'm going to skip this question. So I'm just creating a new Zapier account. I just really want to demo this Zaps. New Zap. Let's try their AI system. So we go, when new Gravity Forms entry, create a new database record in Notion. Generate. Let's see how good these AI systems are. Sync Gravity Forms entries with Notion. Let's try it. All right, so now I'm going to grab these keys one more time. Okay, buddy. I'll see you down in a minute. forms, settings, REST API. So now what I'm doing is getting the REST API for Notion because I bailed on Make. I maybe revisit it. I see Daniel posting something for me. Add key, Zapier, read and write, add, consumer key. Consumer secret. Wait, do I already have the add-on installed? I don't. So let's just install it. Oh boy, this is fun. Consumer key. That's the consumer key. This is the consumer secret. This is the URL. Okay. We got that connected. So the authorization process, slightly different on Zapier and a little bit more user-friendly. Slightly. I mean, wow, that was easy. There's our sales CRM, pops right up in Zapier. So we have the name, priority status, account owner, which is all this, right? Name, account owner, priority. I have a very basic form here where it's just first name, last name, email, and comments. So I'd probably want to match this up. Let's go ahead and edit this form. Let's just do, I'm not going to do them all just for the interest of time since we've already wasted a lot of it. We'll go company, save, just put that after the email. Estimated value, email, phone. contacted button. All right, it doesn't really matter. The idea is just to in the exercise of showing how we're mapping this form to Notion or any source of data database, really. Oh, the auth is expired. Reconnect here. Didn't I just connect it? I didn't. Man, this is... let's do that again. Consumer key. Oh, I know why, because I had multiple windows open. Consumer key. Consumer secret. And we'll select the contact form. We'll call this lead gen form to Notion. Continue. So when I test this trigger, it will run through and find all of that information. Create a database item, which we've already configured to be in the sales CRM database, which might be hard to see in the live stream. And now I can just click into these individual fields. These fields are appearing because Zapier is going out to Notion and saying, hey, give us all the available fields in this database. And now I can map the Gravity Forms stuff to that, which again is infinitely easier than Make. I mean, I know Daniel is sending me some stuff on finding the database ID, but wow, that was pretty painful. Name. Priority. I mean, I guess you would set this well, you only have 3 choices. So this from a end user perspective on the Notion CRM side is where you'd be selecting this priority as a salesperson. Same thing with status. Account owner, same thing. I didn't put a phone field in, otherwise I would map it. Company, I have, but I haven't refreshed it, so... Oh yeah, I did right here. Company. And then content, I guess, could be my comment. Content format, plain text or markdown. We'll just leave that plain text. Continue. So there's going to be a lot of empty stuff that it passes, and it's just going to be really... Oh, why is there no email field? Right here, email. Continue. Now, when I test this step, hopefully everything passes. See a green light over there. This will be all the data that it's sending or not sending. Now I hit publish, and now this Zap will be live. Okay, we're just going to close that screen. And now when we go into Sales CRM, there it is. Let me grab the magic touchpad here, and I'll zoom in so people can see it. So now you can see right there, Matt Medeiros, email. It's pulling that record from the data that was already stored in Gravity Forms as a test. It just goes and grabs like a last entry, and then it just brings it in to say, hey, everything works, thumbs up. Infinitely easier than Make. But, you know, I know Make is super powerful, and I'm sure for the developer types that are out there, you can do some crazy things. And I will jump back into Make because I do want to have some tutorials around Make and find that database. But Zapier was just so easy. God, that was so easy. So easy. What was I going to show? Oh, I was going to show submitting just a new one, right? So contact page. Did I just blow up my staging site? Probably did. So let's go. We'll go Dan. Awesome. Smith. Dan 2 plus Mariport.com. Is that the way to do it? I forget. Test. And Dan's Awesome House of Fun is the company name. That's not going to work. That email's not going to work right yet. I can't even type in an email correctly. Okay, there it is. Boom. Dan Awesome Smith, Dan's Awesome House of Fun in our database. Now, if I'm a salesperson, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the contents that he sent me. So it's only the word test, but if I filled out a bunch of lead gen information now as a salesperson, I'm like, hey, okay, I see this. I'm reading this. I understand that this customer is looking for something. You know, maybe they are a lead. Maybe they're automatically qualified. Those are always great if you're a salesperson. You know, as soon as you see something come through, you're like, qualified, priority high. This person has it. And maybe there's some funky like dynamic stuff you could do based on some conditional logic or what the person's asking for. For example, the estimated value could be, you know, something like in Gravity Forms, go back to edit the form. You could do something as easy as simple as, you know, whatever. Which product are you interested in? Edit the choices. And you could say, I don't know, Tesla Model Y, Harley Davidson, Dodge Charger. And then the values would be 80. Harley would be 15. Is that how much a Harley costs? And a Dodge Charger might be 45. And you could pass that value. So you could pass this value into your sales CRM. The user doesn't see it, but that's how you could make your perceived value, right? And go back to this form. So these values, users don't see it on the front end. It's just the value that you're going to pass. So when they select model Tesla Y, you're saying, hey, this is a value of 80,000. I mean, technically, you're also going to lose the Tesla Model Y portion of that label. This is just like a super, super basic example. You know, you could also do like a hidden field that through conditional logic, you say, hey, if they select model Tesla Y, set the value to 80,000, set the priority to high or something like that. We're already just over 1 hour of about 45 minutes of failure using Make. Trying to get this simple, very simple combination of submitting a Gravity form entry and having it update into Notion CRM or Notion database, so you could run it as a CRM. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be the sales CRM here. It could be any kind of database. Probably any page you could just append stuff to. But Notion's fairly flexible, so I wanted to get a tutorial down for that. Maybe I'll still run an official tutorial. When I do my official Gravity Forms tutorials, they don't last this long, thank God, right? They last like 2-3 minutes. I make 2-3 minute videos, then I make a blog post about it. But you can see the pain and suffering that goes behind this kind of thing. Again, very familiar with Zapier, so it's not fair to Make. Really don't understand Make completely, but I thought it was going to be a lot easier where I could just jump in and have the UI differences of Zapier. But the Make stuff was a little challenging there. So go back in. Scenarios. They call them scenarios. Scenarios. Yeah, I just couldn't get this to work. I'm not going to do it again. We're going to wrap. But man, I would just love it to be enter manually, search from the list. Like, is it searching? No. Path failed. ID should be valid UUID. Instead was sales here. Well, that's because I have that in there. Enter manually, go back to that. And now let me go select from list. Search. Like, why wouldn't you just show me it? Is this it? I'm not going to go down this path again. But then how do you get to the next point, which is, oh, of course, now it works. Now it works. At the end of the stream, it was probably like a caching thing. Wow. Wow. Yep. So here I could just go and put in name. Phone. I didn't put a phone field. Did email. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. No, you don't. Last contact, company. Where's my company field? Maybe it's not showing up because I haven't refreshed it. I'll just put that there for now. Now run it. Operation failed. Validation failed for one parameter. Does it show me which one? Bundle validation collection can't be converted to this urgent make if you want to handle this. I don't know what that means. Did this update? No. All right, well, we got one step closer. There's still some stuff to play with. I don't know. Maybe it's a caching thing and didn't update it fast enough. I don't get it. But you can see it could be as easy as Zapier. So Zapier versus Make, that was not the live stream I wanted to make today. I thought I was just going to do Make. And there we go. Thanks for hanging out today. The WPminute.com is where I do most of my WordPress content. Gravityforms.com/breakdown. That's where I do the audio podcast for Gravity Forms. All of this mess that you saw today, I keep looking over there because I moved this monitor over here. Everything you saw today will eventually get formulated into like a 2-3 minute tutorial for Gravity Forms. So stay tuned. Gravityforms.com. Gravityforms.com/breakdown. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.